a couple of very special guests with us from First American Title. We have your local hero, Heidi Foster, and we have John Reinwald from who's joining us from Oregon this morning. John is a national marketing manager, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds like a good title. Let's go with that.
Let's call him that. Let's call him that. And
yeah.
John has been with us one time 12 or 18 months ago or so to talk to us about AI. We were just getting into it. He gave us some plugins and some things like that. And he is up here with an update. And if you haven't seen him before, he's very great at this. So we really appreciate you coming in. He's been very gracious. It is 8:04 a.m. in Oregon, and he's been kind enough to join us this morning. So thank you very much, John.
Yeah, no worries, Ryan. Yeah, pleasure to be here, guys. Well, let's get started. I'll give you just a quick background. You know, Ryan, basically I handle national social media, digital marketing for our direct division of our business. So that deals directly with all the real estate agents and mortgage lenders, mortgage brokers out there. And Heidi is one of the best sales reps that I know and across the country. So in terms of technology and what she offers, if you haven't talked to her, I definitely suggest doing it. She takes some of my brain power and definitely takes it to another level, right? So I appreciate that. We're going to jump in here. I want to preface this. I've been with First American for about, going on 25 years. Started out as a sales rep and I started out, and this definitely defines me, I guess. Started out when Facebook first came out. I was the first one here at this company to have an iPhone, so that definitely dates me right off the bat. But at the end of the day, where this is moving is the same conversation. So we all thought in our company Facebook couldn't be used for business, and iPhone wasn't something that could be practical on our jobs with all these apps on it. It's the same conversation now that we're having, where there's a lot of questions about how it can be used successfully, productively, and strategically, and also security wise. So it's funny how everything comes full circle, and that's kind of where we're at today. So this presentation, I've put this together because I kind of got tired of figuring out which AI tools actually work. Because I'm sure you guys have seen the multiple websites of 100 AI tools out there. Go figure out which ones work the best. That one drives me insane. So this presentation, I basically took out of all the research that I've done, all the tools that I feel really move the needle for what you're doing in your business, and take you to the ability to really incorporate them into your business in terms of how to use them strategically. So some of these you may have heard of. I'm assuming a lot of these you probably haven't. You'll see some familiar faces in this presentation. There's a lot of videos in here because, I think when you look at PowerPoint, you got to be able to see what these tools actually do for you. So that's the goal of this. Just be aware the presentation will be made available after this. I'll give it to Heidi, the PowerPoint. So don't try to take a bunch of notes. There are QR codes in here. So if you have your camera available because prompts will be in the QR codes, there'll be certain things that you can download through the QR code through this presentation as I go through it, as I'm talking about some of the things that you're going to want to actually integrate into your business. Just have your phone ready. If you don't, not a big deal. Again, the presentation will be made ready for you after this. So don't feel like, oh crap, I missed that. Now I don't have it. So everything will be made available to you after this thing. So I'll go ahead and share my screen, and then Ryan or Heidi, can you guys make sure that the audio when I play one of these videos is actually working, because we all know how that can go sometimes. Let's give this one a shot here. Let me know when you guys can see that.
We can see it.
All right. Let's hopefully this audio will work on this. I'm not sure it went through. So let's get going here. Just a little background on myself. We live in Oregon. I went to the University of Oregon where we are big into football. And unfortunately, Ohio State won the national championship. When they came to our house, they were a little bit afraid of all the noise. So I just have to make fun of them because I'm hurting right now. So that's how I deal with things. So there you go. Huge, do a lot of fishing here. So, one of the things that I definitely love to do as an interest here, spend way too much time trying to catch fish versus actually getting them. So, and then my future is in the Dallas Cowboys, which is nowhere. So that just gives you a little background on myself, a little fun there, a little humor to start the morning. But this is what we're really going to talk about is your business and how can artificial intelligence, generative AI really power your business. So we're looking at a number of different things here that we're going to go through. We're going to go through data analysis. We're going to look at presentations. We're going to look especially at video, where I think AI is extremely powerful. I cannot believe where it's going. It continues to change. It continues only to get better. Social media, lead generation, and then automation. So,
John,
yeah.
are you sharing your PowerPoint right now? Like, are we supposed to?
Yeah, is it not coming through?
No.
Oh, interesting.
It was stuck on the first robot page.
All right. Sorry, guys. Not sure what's going on here. Let's try this. You see that, Heidi?
That appears to be fixed.
All right, let me see here.
I see AI in the news, the good, bad, the ugly.
All right. Let me know if the audio doesn't play though, because I'm not sure that's going to work. So, all right, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's just talk about AI in terms of some of the ugliness to it. So for all of us on this webinar this morning, real or fake? That's the question. I would say probably 90% of you notice that it should be fake, that this person isn't real. It is a deep fake because if you look at the mirror behind her, it is not her, it's somebody else. So there you go, gave it away. But this is actually a image that's person has created through AI, an AI model that makes $11,000 a month doing this. It's an actual marketing agency called The Clueless who creates basically models for brands, and they can sidestep all the issues of consistency for those brands because they can create whatever they need. They charge up to $1,000 to have this type of advertising done, and that's where this sits right now. That's one of the ugly parts of it. The other part of this, where things have really moving the needle, is the news, where this channel one. It's basically launched this year. I have seen it in spots. It is not rolled out completely as they promised. But I just want to show you kind of where things are going with this, because you'll see here in this video, this is where it's going.
And I don't hear audio, John.
John, we've lost video and audio now.
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna try to share this again because it's not pulling up the audio on Google here. Hey, Ryan, do you guys know on here if there is a way to get that audio to pull through on here? Sorry, guys. Well, I tested this earlier. Now it's not working on our network, so I'm not sure what's going on, Heidi. Yeah, I can't get the audio to play on that. So, shoot. Is there anything on your side, Ryan, or anybody that can give me access to, because it's requiring me to share a tab to share audio?
Sorry, just the present now button. That's all you can do to share.
Yeah, it's not allowing the audio to pull through on the PowerPoints. That's the problem. So I'm not sure. It's basically to share audio, I have to share a Chrome tab, and that's not working, unfortunately. So if I share the PowerPoint by itself on a window, it doesn't play the sound. Yeah, I'm not sure what we want to do here. I really want the audio to pull through for you guys. Let me see. Sorry about the delay, guys.
No problem.
Well, I'll just walk through this as much as I can without the audio and the videos, you guys. Let's just do that. I don't really have a solution right now, and I don't want to waste your guys' time. So I can talk you through it. How about that? We'll just skip the video part. So basically this video, what it did is it's a deep fake. So basically what they do, what is being done across using AI is basically they'll use tools like ChatGPT. They'll use tools that create basically clones of yourself or somebody else. I did this for the sales presentation in Florida, created basically a deep fake of Tom Cruise. And basically what they do is they'll clone somebody or deep fake somebody like they're doing on this newscast. They'll just basically submit a script using a tool called HeyGen or Syllably. And that script then will be basically used by this clone, by this avatar, they call them. And it just basically allows, let's say, this newscast or a real estate agent or ourselves to basically produce videos, imagery, content faster and easier and be more productive doing it. But this is where things have kind of shifted to. Some of the bad things that came out over last year and the year before with AI is basically Taylor Swift on X. Basically, there were deepfake images created of her, explicit images, I should say. So, there's a lot of things that have shifted in terms of imagery. So you can't see that either, Heidi? It's not moving?
I'm just seeing as if you're looking at the presentation, at the actual presentation. Sorry for the technicalities, guys.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on.
No, it's all right. It switched to an image of Taylor Swift there at the end, but it was still on your presentation screen, like you could edit it.
Oh, I see. All right. See, that's not what
it wasn't in presentation mode.
Well, let's try it this way then. It should be in presentation mode here. How about that?
Better.
All right. Sorry, guys. I don't know. This Google is throwing a little hitch here. Is that working? Do you see that?
Yes.
All right. Let's try that. How about that? Good. 2024 NAR Technology Survey. Do you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. NAR survey came out last year. Basically, you guys get a survey done with all the realtors across the country. One of the questions that was asked is the timing and the impact of AI on on all of you. And 44% of you basically said that timing was now. That's how important it is to all of you, which is extremely, beneficial, because as we go through this and talk about this, these are some of the tools that are going to really move the needle for you. So at the end of the day, things that are going to help you scale and streamline your marketing operations, all those things are what we're going to be going over. Like I talked about, video production, social media, all that's going to be really important that we're going to really focus on here. So when I talk about AI to real estate agents across the country, I really try to focus on it. And I talk about it as a force multiplier. And basically I look at it as a resource that can, really amplify your efforts and results. So, the main idea is that AI, when it's, I would say, leveraged the right way, it allows all of you to focus on your highest and best use. And as we go through this, you'll kind of see, AI, you've heard this before, it's not meant to replace you. Well, it can't replace you. That's just it. The activities where your human expertise and your personal touch, those things are irreplaceable. And so, by adopting some of these tools that I'm going to talk about today, it's going to allow you to be spending more time on that strategic decision making and building relationships in areas where you're going to find the most value. And that's truly the key of where I feel AI is at today, because it also comes up to how much time are you technically wasting. So that's the biggest question today. Are you trying to be a video editor when you're not a video editor? Are you trying to be a copywriter when you're not a copywriter? If you could take that time back, what else could you do? That's really the point of this. So we're going to jump into ChatGPT. How does it save you time? How does it make you more productive? All those things. I think we need to talk about ChatGPT. I think we need to talk about generative AI. I think you have to focus on, 4 main areas of what generative AI produces. And this could be Gemini, this could be Meta AI, this could be Perplexity, Jasper, all these different tools that are out there right now that are similar to what ChatGPT does. They all offer these same, outputs, the 4 different outputs: text, images, video, and audio. And that's where you have to really look at what they do, because they all allow you to work within this space faster and easier. The one thing that I always try to tell everybody, and some of you may know this, is that anything you take from any of these tools, for videos, for copyright, for blogs, for your website, definitely don't just copy and paste that content over into your sites. Don't just copy and paste it. If you have it write a blog post or you write something for your website, don't have it just repurpose that over to it. Make sure you go into a website like this, undetectable.ai, copy and paste that content from ChatGPT into the site, and then have it detect, if it can be rewritten and humanized. Because everything that you do with AI is now affecting how your website ranks within Google, and you definitely don't want that drop in ranking. That's where things start to go wrong. So make sure you use tools like this if you're looking at using any of that content. I think all of you have gone down the path of the prompting, the over prompting, the tools in terms of how to write a prompt, all those things. I'm not going to go into that today. I'm not going to go down the path of prompting. That's just not going to happen today. That's what Ice Cube says. So what I want to focus on is what can ChatGPT actually do for you? What can these tools actually help you with in your business? Where I think this is really evolving into is the see, hear, and speak, because that's truly what this thing is about. It's gotten so much faster. The capabilities for text, voice, and vision are incredible now. It's mind-boggling where this is going to go to. Just playing with it all the time and using it in the job that I have and the functionality that can bring to all of us. What I'm going to cover with ChatGPT are these specific things. Okay, these specific functions: the voice and video mode functionality, the analyzation, being able to use data and analyzing it and creating charts, uploading files. How do you use photos specifically? Well, we may go through the GPTs. I'm not really going to go down that path too much, but we'll go through some of the main components and you'll see how it can be used in your business. One thing I want to stress when you're using ChatGPT is a lot of you may be putting data in there that could be in regards to a client, into a listing or market data or any of those things. I didn't actually know this until 3 months ago. So this was new to me. But I would highly suggest that all of you, when you go into your settings on ChatGPT, you go to general and it says improve the modal for everyone, turn that off. Okay. That keeps all that data secure. That way you're not sharing it with ChatGPT. It's not putting it in its archive and it's not putting it in its memory. Okay. If there's something that you want to save in the memory, turn that back on. I know that's a pain, but there's certain things that you just, as a real estate agent, even in our business, there's client sensitive data. I wouldn't even sometimes suggest putting it in ChatGPT if it's too sensitive, obviously. But that's just a little quick tip because I don't think a lot of us know that. And this is going to continually change. Like this has just came out the last 3 months. I didn't even know about this. So it's just something you're going to want to know. So the first one, advanced voice mode. There's a lot of things that it can do, and there's a lot of things it can't do. So number one, to use the voice mode in ChatGPT, you have to have the paid version. It has a ton of guardrails. If you impersonate a famous person, if there's any, if your pronunciation's a little off, it can't pick it up. You can't upload documents into it in PDFs. You will be able to do that, which will be super cool. The biggest thing about the voice mode, and I'll show you as we go through this video, I'll talk you through the video that he does, is that it doesn't connect to Bing or ChatGPT search functionality through the voice mode function, but the video mode is available. So you'll see in this video with Jason Pantana that he did, you won't be able to hear it, but I'll talk you through. He kind of goes through what it does. I use the voice mode where I'll actually share a video, live video with my screen or something that I wanted to analyze and talk me through how to solve. That to me has sped up the functionality of this tool 10 times what I used to use it for. I didn't even use this thing. So you'll see here. So Jason's basically asking in voice mode ChatGPT these questions. He interrupts her. It's super easy flowing, but he's basically asking him, can they use ChatGPT in role play with buyers and sellers? And that's technically the way that I see this being used moving forward. This advanced voice mode functionality is role playing for all of you. But I also see it being able to upload images or using that live video mode and role play, or just having it solve for solutions is extremely valuable. Advanced voice mode, if you don't know, to get to it, it's just in the bottom right-hand corner when you go into the ChatGPT app. And that's truly how simple it is. Once you're there, you click on that, you start talking to it. It's just very conversational, very easygoing, solution-based, easy to work with. The next functionality that I find extremely powerful is being able to analyze data and creating these interactive charts. It's not a perfect science. I wouldn't say that it's completely, where it needs to be at, but there are a lot of ways that you can use it. So for instance, for my job, I upload a lot of our data into ChatGPT for our social media accounts to have it analyze and give me where we need to fix things, where we could look at finding other solutions for our engagement and our metrics, those type of things. Same thing can happen for you guys. Some of you are probably already doing this, but I'll show you kind of where this goes. So the prompts here, how I would really use the data portion of ChatGPT is you guys get data from the MLS all the time. You get data insights from your local MLS, but where things get difficult for all of you is what prompts to use, right? So you'll see in these next 4 slides, there's a scan scan right there, QR code that you can scan to get all the prompts that I'm talking about, because what you'll basically be able to do with your MLS data is look at sales patterns, price points, price reductions, days on market, and do just a quick real estate market analysis using ChatGPT with the prompts that are provided. So in the next video, you'll kind of see here what Jason does. And I'll talk you through here what he's doing in his. So basically what he's done is he's taken MLS data, some fake MLS data in an Excel file. He's loaded that into ChatGPT, and he uses the same prompts that I'm giving you. So you'll see here that the prompt, he's attached a spreadsheet containing MLS listings and the city of Neverland, which isn't real. And then he gives a type, area, year, status. And then he basically says, so you know what this closed means, that it's sold. Expired means that the agent's listings agreement has lapsed before it's sold. Canceled means that the seller had the listing removed from the market. And so he's going to ask him a series of questions about this data. He's going to ask ChatGPT. So you'll see I kind of skip ahead here in the video. So he's going to analyze this data. And he's going to analyze it for duplicates for all the closed listings whereby an expired or canceled listing. And he's basically saying he doesn't do it perfectly, but he basically is asking, like, what if he did this once a month? You get some insight from the data and you push it out in terms of an email and you create better conversation. So it creates a chart, and basically these charts are interactive. So you can see, you can download the charts, you can change the look and feel, the color. And then basically you can use these charts in your marketing as you move forward. Put it in a PowerPoint, put it in your market reports, put it in your listing presentations, however you want to. But it's a way that you can manipulate the data in your local market. The other way that I would look at using ChatGPT is in terms of database seller leads. So you can basically take your database, upload it into ChatGPT, ask it to generate the top 10 lists for the most likely to sell, and then basically create email content around that, and then have ChatGPT generate a text or a video script to each potential seller. And then the prompts for that are right there. If you want to scan that in a QR code, you can get the prompts on how to do this to basically start using your database to generate some leads for you. The third one is using the ChatGPT. Some of you have done this. You've kind of seen it where I've already showed it, where Jason's uploaded an Excel file of data, but you can do PDFs, you can do Word docs. I've done it with PowerPoint presentations, CSV files. But how this kind of really goes another direction is using that data that you get to create real estate market reports. So, you have third-party data from CoreLogic, you have data from us, you have data from Altos Research. You can take all that data, use a prompt that I'm giving you here, and basically use it to review the content, publish a report that you feel can add some extra, let's say, highlights to what the market is doing currently right now. It's not having to recreate the wheel or anything, but it's a really great way to look at using ChatGPT to create that data. The last one that I love is using the upload images feature. And a lot of us don't know that when you upload an image, it actually analyzes it. Back in the day when ChatGPT first came out, people are like, oh, I can upload a picture of, this dinner I made and have it give me the recipe, or there's something online, I want to know how they made it. So I take a picture. ChatGPT can analyze that. But where it comes into play for you in real estate is actually using, let's say, Breakthrough Brokers content. This is Keeping Current Matters content. So Keeping Current Matters, you guys, they have all this content already available in social media, flyers, content that they talk about the housing market. And basically you can take their imagery and load it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT will then analyze that information, and then it can create content around that imagery in like 2 seconds. So it'll create a listing presentation, it can create a video script, it can create social media content, develop a call script for you, just using an image from KCM or content from Breakthrough Broker. Both of those resources would be fantastic to use. I'm going to skip this because you can't hear it. This one is, how can I create a buyer or seller listing presentation in no time? This is using a tool called Gamma. There's other tools that are similar to this, where basically all you have to do, let's say you're like, oh, I got an idea. I want to create this listing presentation around this specific property that I'm going to talk to the sellers about, or you want a market report presentation that you've created in ChatGPT, but you want to make it look better. This tool does all of that in no time. So you can basically upload copy. You can put a link to a website. You can upload a PDF in here. And then using that, it will then create a presentation using AI. So I'll kind of walk you through what this video does again, kind of how it works, but you can kind of see here in the video what it does. So basically you'll put in a prompt. You know, I want to pitch deck for the colony on Mars. It starts building the deck out. What's great about Gamma is it does this automatically and puts all the content in slides. And then from here, with each slide, you have the ability to basically customize it through a prompt. And this is why prompting is becoming so important in AI. It makes things so much easier. So you'll see here, you know, let's change the look and feel of these up so you can change the theme in no time. Where it kind of jumps the shark in terms of PowerPoint is with each slide. So now you can go into each slide, you can put another text prompt in and say, hey, I want a better way to look at these slides and visualize them. Here's some ideas. Do you want arrows? Do you want milestones? And then one click, you've got a different look on that slide. Same thing. Maybe you don't want the bullet points. Maybe you want a table in that type of format. So it'll go in and it'll change that in no time. There you go. Now it's in a table format. I use this tool all the time for all the presentations that I do. It saves me so much time in terms of what I'm actually trying to do. Social media. This tool you probably have or have not heard about. This one to me is a game changer in terms of what and how we have been trying to use social media in real estate. There hasn't been a one-stop shop solution for social for all of you, and this tool does it. This tool is what has really changed in terms of how we think of using artificial intelligence and social media, because what this tool has basically done is you don't need multiple subscriptions anymore. I don't need a subscription to let's say Canva. I don't need a subscription to Hootsuite to schedule out all my social media. I don't need any of these other tools. I just need one subscription. And this is what this tool can do. It's called realestatecontent.ai. And with one click, it creates all the images, it creates all the captions, it creates all the hooks. It can do Instagram Reels, it can do vertical content. It can then schedule out all the content on a calendar, and you can manage that schedule and basically in one click move things around. The coolest thing about this thing, which I have not seen any tool do, is you can go on to Zillow and take your listing and it'll create all the social media assets for that listing using a link from Zillow or from realtor.com. And you'll see the video here. In just a sec, I'll walk you through kind of what he's talking about here. But this is how cool this thing is. So here's what it's basically doing. So you're going to suggest a topic, and it'll come up with 5 different topics based on the information that you want. And it'll be specific to the area that you work in. So if you're in Orlando, it'll pick that up. So it'll then generate the topic for the number of days that you want. And then you can select each individual post and you can edit it. So it gives you all the different backgrounds. You can make it branded with the brand toolkit in there. It'll create the captions for you. You can edit them. So you can edit all these captions easily. The best part about this is this site will then connect with all your social media accounts, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, in 2 seconds. but the ability to schedule all this content out in no time and have it be created using AI is impressive. This part of realestatecontent.ai is where it really changes the game, where you can go on to create a property listing post. So he goes out and basically go out to Zillow. So I'll show you here. So he'll go out to Zillow, he'll grab the link, he'll paste it into here, and it'll extract all the information from that listing here. Let's go, Kyle. All right, so here he goes. So he goes into Zillow, grabs a listing, copies it, goes back to the website, pops it into there, and it'll extract all the information from it. It'll gather all the images, it'll gather basically all the information, and you'll be able to decide if that information is correct. You can also edit the information if there's something that's been extracted that's wrong. You'll be able to choose then all the imagery. So it'll ask you to select up to 8 photos, but you'll be able to pick which photos you want to have in your social post. And then you'll hit create post. So now it does its work. It creates the caption, uploads all the images in there. You can edit the template. You can choose a different template, and then you can choose the platforms that you want to post to. So you can even post them to TikTok. And then you adjust the day and the time that this listing is going to be published and schedule it out. And you can schedule them out up to 2 months in advance. So to me, that's a game changer. This thing is incredible to use, super simple, intuitive. Kyle Raniere is the CEO of this. He continues to make this tool better and better, especially for vertical content, short form content, and it's only going to get more stronger as it keeps going along. This one, how to automate your social media. You know, you've got the tool to create it, but I think as you create more content, the idea of getting leads becomes more and more difficult. It's great for brand awareness. You know, a lot of agents do get leads from their social, but to be able to generate actual business from it really easily and have it automated, to me, is a differentiator. The tool that I love doing, that I love using for this, and we'll talk about it here in just a sec, this just kind of gives you a roadmap. If you could imagine this in your business, where you create the content, you automatically capture leads from that content. Your DMs are responded to automatically while you're out showing homes or closing deals, and your pipeline is basically nurtures 24/7. I mean, that would be great. If that can happen in your business, that's what it should look like. In this case, this is a tool that's basically called ManyChat, and I'm not going to go through the video here because it gets a little difficult to see. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to go through this. So these are the automations that ManyChat offers. Some of you may be using ManyChat. If you are, kudos to you. But ManyChat basically does all of these different automations: auto DMs, auto conversations, auto replies, basically allowing you to grow your social media presence using Instagram, but it can grow your other platforms too. It can grow YouTube. It can grow also Facebook in different ways using different parts of this tool. So how it works. Basically, to generate leads using ManyChat, they use what they call a trigger word. So you'll see here on the right-hand side where, and you guys have been in Instagram where you're going through your feed, you see a post and somebody says, hey, put the word download. And you'll put the word download in the comment. It takes you into the DM and you get this PDF that you can download, right? And they follow up with you and it looks like you're talking to somebody, but at the end of the day, you're not. You're talking to basically a bot. And that is ManyChat at its finest. And it works beautifully because there's so many different ways to use ManyChat in your business, especially when it's all automated and automated from beginning to end. From the time that the person engages with your post, to the time that the person gets the content from you in their DMs, to the time that that then can be synced with your CRM. The leads can flow into your CRMs, into Follow Up Boss or whatever CRM tool you're using. That's a differentiator. And I look at using ManyChat in this word like this. So for instance, the keyword trigger is download. They reply in the comments, a DM is sent. You could take that person to a landing page where then you can capture more information from them. And then that information and lead capture information is then pushed to your CRM. So if you need step-by-step instructions on how to do this, scan that QR code there, and there's setup instructions there on how to do it with ManyChat. ManyChat is extremely cheap. It's like $20 a month. I think it's I can't imagine not having this tool as an arsenal in terms of what you're trying to do in social media for lead generation. It just makes a complete difference in what you're trying to achieve. All right, we're going to jump through some video content here. We got about 15 minutes here, I think. So let's go through some of how AI really has evolved in terms of creating, publishing, and editing video. And I think from a consumer's viewpoint, from anybody out there, that first 3 seconds of a video, that hook they call it, is the most important part of a video these days. I think though now with where podcasts are going, or longer form content is starting to really trend again versus just shorter content, there's an opportunity for both. So even though the slide is like, well, you get higher viewer retention with a 6-second video, I do think longer form content is coming back. I mean, I watch a lot of longer form YouTube content. I listen to a lot of podcasts, so there is a lot of movement there. So I'm going to talk about, I think, 4 different types of tools that you can use, and I'll put them in this type of bucket. Submagic.co is, I've got a video, I just need some simple editing done. And the other tools are intermediate, I'm pretty good with editing. And then the last one is basically, I need it all done for me, right? That's kind of where the bucket sits. So Submagic, to me, where it comes into play for what I do in our business is I take content that we've created. Let's say our economist has shot a video of himself talking about what's happening in the economy. I'll take that piece of content and I'll shoot it into Submagic, and I'll have it create the captions, the B-roll, the sound effects, everything that I need to do with one simple push of a button. The interface is extremely simple to use, but in terms of real estate, here's how they're looking at using it. So this video basically talks about basically editing with transitions and captions, and doing it through Submagic is the easiest way to do. And he basically talks about, editing takes forever, takes a long time. And with Submagic, you can basically do this and do it in 30 seconds. So this is what I drag and drop my videos in there. And then basically this is where AI does its best work. You choose basically the captions, and they have the best captions out there. Hormozi are those. And you can add B-roll, sound effects, transitions, and it's extremely easy. So you can see that a lot of the top brokerages use it: Keller Williams, eXp, and Compass. I love this tool. Super simple to use, less than $20 a month to use. The next tool, Opus Clips, you've probably heard about it. This takes long form content and creates 10 viral clips. I'll do this the same thing. I'll take our economist video, I'll load it into Opus Clips, and it gives me 10 short form videos that I can then upload into LinkedIn as a short form content, or on Instagram, or even on our Facebook account for our National Commercial Services. But that vertical piece of content, being able to create it really simple and easily, putting the captions on there, being able to do the transitions, the zoom in and outs, all that stuff being done for me in one simple tool. And I don't have to do a bunch of editing. That saves me a ton of time. And this just basically kind of how it works out in terms of how you would use Opus. Same type of video. You can take links from YouTube. You can upload files. You can use Dropbox, Google Drive. I also have used it for our podcasts because this really does podcasts and AI editing really easily, where it has both people in the frame above and below. And you've probably seen those. It does keywords. So make sure that you've got the keywords in there. Brand kit with logos, all that is included in Opus, which we do use. The other tool that I use is InVideo.io. This is for, I would say, more evergreen content, but where InVideo takes the place of the other two is it does this, the conventional way of creating content, writing a script, shooting a video, recording it, and then editing it again, doing hours of work is what I used to do. With InVideo now, I basically write a prompt. And I mean, I write a prompt, but I also use the prompt feature within InVideo to do all the editing. So in this case, with InVideo, you can take an idea, submit it to InVideo. It has voiceovers, it has all the B-roll. It'll create the whole video for you in no time. It also has 50 different languages. It has the music that you can add and you can change. It can clone your voice for you. This thing does everything and anything. So you'll see in this video, he's using the app InVideo.ai. So you just put a text prompt in there and it'll generate the video. So you'll see it as voiceover, stock footage, subtitles, background music. And this is the video that basically he created, which you can't hear, I understand. But here's the best part about it. He's created the video, then he can make any edits or adjustments with the text prompt. He can basically say, hey, change the pace, hey, put it in Japanese, change the music, take out this part of the video, 30 seconds to 60 seconds, remove that piece. All that can be done with a simple text prompt. So it makes video editing using InVideo.io is super simple, not difficult at all. And that's why I love it. And this is $20 a month to get that. I use this one all the time for our business. This one is Real Talk powered by Keeping Current Matters. This is a full automated video creation tool. This does everything and anything in terms of if you're looking at creating personalized content using AI. I can't stress this enough how cool this is. Basically, they have a way of doing the editing using AI where you'll shoot the video with a script that you can provide to this app, or they'll provide one for you. They will then take all that content that you've created and they will edit it down using AI, and it'll be ready to share in minutes. They put the visuals in there, they put all the B-rolls, you can have your brand in there, all of that. So I'll try to walk you through it. I mean, you kind of get the idea when you look at this, because it does have captions on here, so maybe you don't need to hear me speak. I haven't seen one like this where for all of you, you just select a script and then you record it. It has the built-in teleprompter and then you just share it out. That's cool. So the AI wizard can write a script for you based upon what you want to say. So the built-in teleprompter, this is really cool. A lot of these apps, like Captions, CapCut, those type of things offer good editing, but nothing like this where you have that teleprompter built in, plus the editing features and the visual features that come into it automatically. It just takes out of all this work out of it. So it's basically one-stop shop for everything. So that one is definitely something to consider if you're struggling with doing video, you need a quick way to create content that's engaging, but you don't want to spend the time doing it. I think that keeping current matters is definitely a game changer for you. Client engagement and lead generation. We got about 6 minutes here. This one, I think, is where things are really starting to move the needle a little bit more in terms of where video is going. And we'll call it video cloning, but I don't really call it that necessarily, because I think it's a way to use personalized video of yourself to scale yourself. And that's where this is moving towards. So in this case, I'll let him go through this. Basically what he's doing is he's talking and he's saying, "Hi, Jeff. Our next step is to carve out 20-30 minutes in person for our home strategy session. Hi, Jace. Hi, Ryan." And it's him talking. And he's basically scaling himself and cloning himself. But how this does it is using these tools called Maverick, Be Human, and GAN.ai. So basically he recorded one template or one video, and that one video then he basically then connects to his data, to his sphere of influence using an Excel file, to a spreadsheet of leads. And then once you connect the data to that template, then you can basically send those videos out. Just like you would do back, if you're still doing, let's say, a MailChimp email campaign, same type of thing, where basically that first name in that newsletter, that category is now turned into that person's name in a video. So if you think about this in terms of sending out mass emails, those type of things, this is basically going to take the place of that. In terms of recruiting purposes, this also takes the place of using this in different ways in terms of recruiting, but also having people come to your website and maybe having them, when they sign up for something as a lead, they get a video from you that's personalized to them. I mean, there's tons of different ways that this can be used to scale yourself using personalized video. So this is where I think things really become really powerful in terms of how AI is being used in video. Productivity, how does AI increase your productivity and follow-up? Meeting notes, live transcriptions, being able to be in a meeting with a seller or a buyer, or you're just with somebody and you're wanting to record what's being said. And I know the iPhone has that capability too, but unfortunately, when you record something on your iPhone right now with the new update, it does send that person, "Hey, by the way, you've been recorded." So that doesn't, really meet the need of maybe what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to do it for yourself so that you can do follow-up after the meeting and actually give a summary of what the meeting was about for yourself, but also be able to give actionable insights as to what are the next steps, then these type of AI tools are where it's going to come into play. Fireflies, Otter.ai, Tactique are 3 AI tools I would definitely suggest spending time learning how to use them. I won't show the video because it's going to be totally confusing without the person talking. The last tool is called testimonial.to. And what this does, I've had a lot of agents talk about getting, reviews on their GMB profiles, getting reviews on Zillow, on Realtor.com. But is there a way that I can get these reviews that I get from my customers and be able to collect them on a dedicated landing page, but also be able to share that page with all this great content of what I've done for my customers, and be able to share that on various platforms, but also have that content reside on my website, right? Because that's truly the key. I'll try to explain this video because he talks so fast, but I want you to kind of see in the video what it looks like. So I'll let him go because he's talking in my ear. So you create a personalized form with questions where they give their testimonial, and they can give a text testimonial or a video testimonial. All those testimonials get put on what they call a wall of love that you can embed on your website or wherever you want to put that wall of love, they call it. It collects all the reviews from Twitter, Instagram, anywhere where you've gotten a review from, it'll go out and collect those reviews. So you'll see that's where this comes into play. I'm going to stop him there because you can't hear him. But that's where this kind of jumps the shark, I think, is that you have the ability to collect all this, all the reviews yourself and be able to use it in ways that you want to use it, not have them reside somewhere else. I think where AI is going for all of you in terms of where you feel it kind of moving the needle for you is a little scary. There's a lot of privacy issues still. There's a lot of complex things that are happening in this space. But at the end of the day, AI is going to just help you be better at your job. That's just it. All these things cannot be replaced using AI. And what you do daily as a real estate agent, all the skills that you have, all the human aspect and connectivity and authenticity about building relationships with other people, that will never be replaced using AI. So just keep that in mind. I know that there's a lot of uneasiness still out there, but that's not what AI is about. As you can see from all the tools that I offer today, these things truly are a game changer in terms of what you can do today. So I'll stop it there. Sorry guys about the videos and the hiccup. Hopefully I was able to at least get you to the point of understanding what we're talking about. So apologize for that technical difficulty there.
That was amazing, John.
I hope so.
I can go ahead and tell you what everybody's going to ask me is, Heidi, can you give a copy of that?
Yeah, I'll send it to Heidi.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I put my email in the, because there's so many of you on here, it'll take me a while to add the addresses and everything. If you want to go ahead and send me just a quick email, hfoster@firstam.com, I will go ahead and reply to you with it and send you some information. And then go ahead, Ryan, were you going to say something?
Yeah, no, I've got a question for John when you get done. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
John, what would you say to these people out here who are like me and are a little bit over stimulated right now and a little confused? It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody just looking to get started, probably doing the videos or doing whatever.
Well, I think for each one of you on this call, I think it just where do you need the most help, right? Where are you struggling? You could be asking yourself, well, I'm good. I want to get more into video, right? I want to do more videos. Well, you got 4 tools there that can help you get there, right? You got KCM, which can do the whole thing. If you're shooting video yourself and you want some simple editing done and captions put on it, you got 3 other tools that will do it for you. So if video is a problem, you've got solutions. And you also have the other ones where you can clone yourself, which I know sounds scary, right? But there's opportunities there. ChatGPT, don't ignore it. Use what it can do with the data that you have, with the images. Keep it simple. Like if you've got something, you're like, oh, this image looks really cool, I'd like to create something for myself, use ChatGPT to create it. So whatever, I just look at it like whatever problems, whatever struggles you're having in terms of trying to be more productive, get it off your plate, use AI to do it, but figure out within the categories and buckets that I've given you, video, ChatGPT, automation with notes, Instagram leads, or lead generation for social, or creating social media using real estate. Use those buckets. And if those are solutions to your problems, then fit it within those. Don't try to overthink this and say, I've got to try to figure all these tools out. That's what I don't want you to do. I've given you a lot of options so you can figure out what's going to work best for you. Hopefully that helps. I know it's a lot.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's just a matter of a lot of our agents, a lot of agents everywhere struggle in all these departments.
Yes,
they're not doing enough video. I would say none of them, or even the ones who are doing videos, aren't doing enough video, and a lot of times good enough video. But I think anything, if you're not doing anything in video, you need to start doing something, even if it's not great, just good. And this can get you where you're making respectable videos, and that's really all you want. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the best. What you're doing is understandable, and I guess can be interpreted by the viewer. That's what really matters. Any questions for John?
I saw one on that. Yeah, there was one about cost for all these tools. Most of the tools that you guys saw were $20 or less. So, I mean, if you added up all the tools, you're still under $200 probably for all the tools that I offer that would do everything for you. I mean, And all I can tell you is from experience, I use all these tools. I use every single one of them, and I probably use them daily on my job. And the fact that it has allowed me to be more productive on my job, it's a game changer, you guys. I spent so much time editing video, I cannot tell you. Final Cut Pro is my enemy now. So they're just super cheap, and they're only going to get stronger as we keep going along here and better.
I believe you said one of them was $20 a month for the video, complete video editor thing. Video, not just editing. I think that was the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, most of the video ones are like $20, $30. The only one, I think realestatecontent.ai, the social media one, I think Ryan's got it at $90 a month, if I'm right, but I'm not sure. And if you guys want a discount on that, let me or Heidi know. I've got connections with Ryan there if you guys want to just do a test on it, like a trial, so you can see if it's going to work for you. So don't feel like you're obligated on that one either.
So that was the one where you put the listing in. You just put the link to the listing in, and it did everything for you. Okay.
It creates all the social media assets. Yep.
That $90 a month seems like a bargain for having to do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when he showed me that one, I mean, you guys, there's no tool out there like that. Good luck finding one. That realestatecontent.ai, and the guy that owns it, Kyle Ranieri, he's connected to everybody in your sphere. And Lab Code Agents, Tristan Amata, Jason Pantana, the Ferry Group, everybody. He has got the backing and investors to make this thing last. It's not going to go away. It's only going to get better. So the sooner you adopt it, I think for your business, the easier it's going to make your life in social. That's all I can tell you. It's so much work right now for social for you guys.
Okay, so I have a question for you. It's a great question Carmen has in the chat. Which is, if I use any of these AI images, do I have any copyright issues?
AI imagery. Like, what do you mean? Like
trademark. We've had agents who use images on their website and got sued for it.
Yes.
So AI generated things, are they pulling from some? Are these all legal stock images? What are these?
No, they're not legal. They are generative AI content that's created. Are you going to get sued at this point? Yes, there have been situations, but those have been situations that I have heard about where they tried to replicate the brand that they're trying to clone, let's say. If you're just creating something like for this presentation, if I used any of the imagery that I created on ChatGPT or Meta.ai or Claude or Gemini, and I put that on my website, and it's something that's just for what I want to use it for, you're not going to get sued. You're not. It's not going to hurt your search engine optimization either on your site. Is it going to get better? Yeah, it's going to get better. It's going to get easier because companies are going to be using more of this type of content. So don't feel like you're going to get sued for every time you try to create an image and use it. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. So if I say put a picture of me and my team on a beach, they're going to generate an image, and I won't get like, hey,
you're not going to get nothing like that. Nope. Yeah.
Right.
And I understand the concern, and that's come up a couple of times, but at this stage of where we're at, we can't overthink it. That's all I can tell you. It's like you put it out there. If you get slapped on the wrist, you take it off. You pull it down. That's how it has to work now, because there are no finely written guidelines and rules for what we're trying to do in the space yet. That's all I can tell you. It's still kind of a guessing game.
Okay. Carmen has a question.
Yeah.
You're on there.
Yeah, it's just when it kind of threw me off when
Yeah.
you mentioned you can go to Zillow's and download listings. So that was like, okay, so is there no copyright infringement with Zillow coming after me and say, hey, I don't want to be okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're not going to run it. And here's why. What Kyle is doing on that website, what he's basically doing is the data that he's pulling in from Zillow is the data from your local MLS. It's your listing. He's not taking somebody else's listing and promoting it a different direction. No.
Oh, I got it. I thought you can take listings, like any listings from Zillow. It would have to be.
Well, you could, but I personally, and like I would be careful with that, just from the perspective of each MLS is different in terms of how you guys would utilize that. So just be careful. That's my disclaimer on that. You can do that. Yeah, you could pull a listing, but just be sensitive about that.
Well, I thought you might have to ask the permission of the listing agent.
That's what I would do. That's where I was going. Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Just
Thank
to be
you.
safe.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Any other questions? You guys have been on here forever with me. I appreciate it.
Ryan, can I just do a quick plug for First American?
Of course.
Yeah, so thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Again, I'm Heidi Foster. I'm the Central Florida Business Development Manager for First American Title, and I recognize a lot of you on here. We've been blessed to work with many of you on your closings, but just wanted to let you know we would love a chance to earn your business. Fun fact, do you know there are over 10,000 title companies in the state of Florida? It's crazy, right? And I know a lot of them are calling you and knocking on your door. Just a little bit of difference between us and our competition is that out of those over 10,000 title companies in the state of Florida, we actually have #1 market share in the state and in Central Florida with no affiliations. And, you know, we've been around 135 years. We're a Fortune 500 company. We are here to stay. We're not just jumping in the title business when the market is good. We are the title business. We're one of the companies that sort of sets the precedent for the other 10,000 title companies. And we've really, or First American was actually built to earn your business primarily by our tools and resources. We're very tool and resource heavy, and our people. Not only do we have incredible closers, but we have resources like John, who, you know, is being contacted by a lot of these larger companies, these AI companies, to run scenarios by how would this work in your business. So we have some incredible expertise in technology, and we have a whole strategic markets division. So if you're ever looking for something, please run it by me. We have an incredible team of people within First American that we know the title business. We're very in tune with the real estate vertical. So we would love to not only help you with your closings, but be able to help you with resources. Certainly reach out to me or shoot me an email. My information is in here if I can help you. We have many local offices here to handle your closings, but really appreciate your time today, and I hope you found it valuable.
Awesome. Thank you, Heidi. John, thank you very much. Thank you, Heidi, very much. We really appreciate you guys coming in, and look forward to working with you. You guys, Heidi's email is in the chat. Be sure to email her if you want a copy of the presentation, and she will get it to you. All right. Thank you. And send me one too, please, Heidi. Okay. Beatrice has a question. No, she didn't. Yeah. She just wanted to raise her hand. All right.
Oh, okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, FRI agents, you guys have any questions for me before we go? Awesome. I see that Victoria had a question about other FRI listings. Yes, you have broker's permission to use those. If you guys have listings you don't want any of our people to promote for whatever reason, then let me know. And that's an ongoing thing. Always let me know if that's the case. But otherwise, you guys have permission to promote each other's listings. They're the broker's listings, and so if you have a particular reason you don't want it promoted by other agents, which I don't know what that would be, then let me know. I saw a hand go up and then go down. Any other questions before we go? Oh, the photos Monday. You guys, did everybody get my email for that? Be sure to sign up for that. It is filling up pretty quickly. That is a living, breathing document from 12, and we're doing 5-minute increments all the way to 2:05 is full. And then from 2:10 to 4 o'clock, there are various openings, about half open. So we have probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 13 openings left. So you guys have signed up quite a bit for that. Yes, Don, you're on the list. So get in there and sign up. Any other questions? All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming. I hope you guys learned a lot. I learned a lot. I am going to be using some of that stuff. So you will start seeing some of my stuff coming out of there eventually. So that's why I was asking those questions. It wasn't for you guys. It was for me to learn. Thank you very much for coming, guys. We will see you next time, and get in here for those pictures if you guys want your free headshots. All right. Bye, guys.